We are now live, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy, the DoorDash Revolution. Get Ready Unlimited presents to you today another live stream episode, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, we went through some things today. And we get ready to have a storm come through in a few minutes. Hopefully we'll get a chance to get this live stream off. Those that won't get a chance to see the video live, you can see it during the replay. I would change the title due to the circumstances of what I went through today as a Grubhub driver. And I got proof that what I'm going to talk about, I got proof of it. I did from 10:30 to 1, right at I think 7 or 8 Grubhub orders. But this particular Grubhub order has a bizarre twist to it, ladies and gentlemen. As a Grubhub driver, I wanted to share it. I thought it was important and very imperative that I do a live stream today to talk about that event, ladies and gentlemen. And it blows my mind like landmines because the type of order that it was. I went to Mickey D's, and I hope people that come in the live chat can be able to discuss this situation, which was my experience. Went to Mickey D's, and this is my first time seeing it put on a receipt on the bag that this was a value customer. Said value customer on the bag. I wish they had took a picture of that to show you that it was a. Let me go ahead and pull it up so I can be sure that I'm telling you accurately what went on. Okay, you know how Grubhub drivers, you get an order that says this right here. This is your Yelp driver, and then it'll say your name. And I'm waiting for the restaurant to complete the order. I've been getting quite a bit of these orders. Ladies and gentlemen, that when I reach out to the customers, say, "Yep, driver." Don't you know that those customers are value customers? Value customers. It was proof today when it was on that package there that they were value customers. And the thing that blowed my mind like landmines is, let me make sure that I turn this volume down on my other device, was this here. 5 minutes after I received the order, okay, the customer reached out to me and told me to cancel the order. I'm like, cancel the order? It said cancel the order because I didn't order. I didn't make an order. I was like, wow. And I want you to digest it for a few minutes, and hopefully you can put it into perspective here. Your opinion, your thoughts of what's really happening with this situation, which was my experience, right? So with that being said, I was stunned about it. I got this package here, $40 order from McDonald's. I'm like, what I'm getting ready to do is I'm gonna call the customer first because the customer reached out to me. I said, I can't cancel this order because I already got the order in my possession, and I want to go ahead and deliver this order. I want to make sure that it gets there so I can get paid. If I cancel the order, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to get paid for delivering that order. Number one, let's think about that. Number two, I went ahead and I called the customer. Customer didn't reply back. So I said, the next step, I want to go ahead and get in touch with the driver care specialist, let them know what's going on, see what they will advise me to do. because it seemed strange, it seemed weird, it had the bizarre twist to it. And I'm trying to figure out, is this a scam? Had the customer been scammed? Or is the customer scamming the driver? Was one of my biggest concerns. Because on these platforms here, you do have drivers get scammed by customers, and vice versa. On these platforms, you have customers get scammed by drivers. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get in touch with driver care specialists, talk to the driver care specialist, told them the nature of my call and the situation that I'm involved in this current delivery. Meanwhile, I got hit with a add-on. So I was going to drop it off anyway, but I wanted this documented, okay, in case something weird goes on later on. So the driver care specialist advised me to go ahead and drop it off. They're going to document everything that I told them. Okay, so after that, I went ahead and dropped off the order. But before we talk about dropping off the order, during the phone call, while I'm talking to the driver care specialist, okay, customer called me back. So when I told him to hold, the driver care specialist, hold, this is a customer, let me see what's going on. The customer had already hung up the phone, so I flipped back over and started talking to the driver care specialist. They told me to go ahead and proceed with delivering that order. So that's what we did. Okay, when we got there, the customer, well, the person that ordered off of the customer app, and this is not making sense. How were they able to do it? So I'm something just seemed weird here. So I pull up to the address and everything and step to the door, and it's not who the person is. So I asked, is you so-and-so, so-and-so? They say, yes, I am ordering from my mom. I'm like, okay, really? Went ahead and made sure I took a picture of their address and took a picture of that person holding it package. You know, not the full picture of the person, but partially they holding the package. So let me go ahead, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I want to share with you. Is this here? Let me go ahead and go to, and I hope I can pull it up. We're gonna see in a second. Or you may be able to see it, you may not be able to see it. That's it right there. See if I put it closer, I'll put it back a little bit. And I'm gonna read what was said in this email conversation. This is your Grubhub driver, Robert. I'm waiting for the restaurant to complete the order. I get thumbs up. This is your Yelp driver, Robert. I'm waiting for the order for the restaurant to complete. Let's see, can we pull this up a little bit? Maybe you can see it just a little bit better. It's kind of tough to see it. All right, right there. The customer said, please cancel the order. I didn't order this. I replied to the customer, you didn't order the McDonald's order? And then once again, this is your Yelp driver, Robert. I'm on my way to the location. Letting the customer know that I got the order. I'm on my way to the location. After I had the conversation with the driver care specialist, they documented everything and all of that. And when I made it there, this is your Yelp driver. But on the way there, I called the customer back. She answered the phone, and I said, I have the order. I have the package. I can't cancel the order. And since I already done picked the order up, Grubhub, they can't cancel the order. So I must deliver this order at your address. She was like, okay. Aren't you able to take pictures on your driver app? I said, yes, I am. Would you please make sure that you take a picture when you drop the order off? I said, I always do. That's a requirement in the driver's app. So I pull up at the address and everything. The neighborhood don't fit the situation of who placed this order, especially the customer that I was talking to was of a different nationality. When I dropped it off, the person was of a different nationality than the customer that called. I said, okay, I'm not going to place judgment call right here, but I am concerned. So I asked the person receiving the order, I said, is this order for Karen? Most definitely it is. I'm going to take it to my mom right now. Okay. Something didn't feel right. So I went ahead, took a picture of the address, picture of the person receiving the order, partial picture. They didn't see a face, just the upper body, not this here, head up, the upper body, chest, getting the order with their address involved. Okay. Making sure this is the person that received it, right? So as I go to the car, before I close out on the order, I go ahead and I call the customer. She picks up the phone. I said, I just delivered the order. She said, no, I see it. I see it in my app. I said, we did take the picture. She thanked me for taking the picture and all of this. She said, I don't know who ordered that food, but I didn't order that food. I don't even live in Memphis. So I said, this isn't your address? She said, no, but I have it documented and I will be reporting this situation. I said, how is it that they were able to place an order with this address and this is not you? She said, I can't explain that, but I am going to handle that. I thank you for taking the picture in the driver app. And then we hung up and everything. She already had let me know she was going to go ahead and get in touch with the customer service side and all of this. I still have some unanswered questions, ladies and gentlemen. Delivery drivers, service providers. Okay, we don't know. Was it a glitch? But how could it have been a glitch? All right, let's keep that in mind. So did someone somehow, customer had the same name, and it was a mix-up between the customers? There still is an unanswered question because I ain't got the answer to that one. Or did somebody steal somebody's phone, able to get the Grubhub information app, put it on another phone with that customer information on there, The where they ditched that phone but could still use it on another phone. It's very possible. All right. Was it the customer themselves trying to scam on a situation for their better good? Drivers, this is what I want to put on notice. Even though how bizarre this was, this situation, we got to always have our head on a swivel. Okay? We got to always get in touch with driver care specialists on Grubhub, or if you own DoorDash, or if you own Uber Eats, Walmart, Spark, whatever app you working. If something don't feel right, that means it isn't right. So you make sure that you dot your I's, cross your T's, pause at your comma, stop at your period. Okay? Because you could get caught in a catch-22 situation, and then you don't know how this happened to you. So I went ahead, made sure I got everything documented. I didn't keep the food. Good thing I didn't keep the food. Many of you would have kept the food. See what I'm getting at? Now, this wasn't the restaurant fault or the restaurant responsibility unless they notice that this person's ordering too many times off that app at their establishment. Then they should have some concerns. The management staff should have some concerns. Say, this is odd here. The same person making all of these large amount of orders. Something strange is going on. Then they will be involved, right? But the driver was definitely involved. The customer definitely involved. If someone is fraudulently using their account, but yet they still got their account, and it showed up that I didn't place this order. Somebody else placed this order, and I don't even live in Tennessee. I live in Montana somewhere. Then the best thing as a customer, if it had been me, I would have documented everything, but I would have also deactivated that app or deleted that app so they wouldn't be able to use it anymore. I would have reported it to the technology company platform, app-based platform that I'm ordering food from. Then I would do my investigation from there. And that was pretty much how this lady sounded like that's what the direction she was going in. It's like, that's okay. I already have the information, their address and everything. I know exactly where it went to. I will take matters in my hand from here. Thank you for taking the picture that I need. We got to take a picture anyway, ladies and gentlemen, when we are on the Grubhub app. DoorDash, you got to take a picture when you're dropping the food off. I think Uber Eats, you got to do it too. So, my thing is, this is a sketchy situation. So, I felt that it was important enough to send a memo, send a news flash to all fellow delivery drivers and service providers, especially the brand new ones. Green is the grass out there on what you need to be prepared for. Scam coming from the customer or not, if you're a driver. If you're a customer, scam coming from a person that's using your account falsely, or was it the driver? I made sure I didn't keep that order. A lot of you drivers would have kept that order. I got some free food. You know who you are. Situation like this, go ahead and drop that order off. Go ahead and get paid. Don't try to be slick. Take a picture of the address, then take the food back with you. Just like the person that used a false identity and ordered that food was waiting on that food. Okay? So, they waiting on that food. Best thing to do is what I did. Others would have went a different route, but I made the best decision for me. I made phone calls. I made sure it got documented. I communicated. That's why communication is important, ladies and gentlemen, when you're doing this business. I communicated via text message. I communicated on the phone. Phone calls are recorded. Text message is recorded. Documentation, representation, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Always try to find a solution for the problem you're facing. Okay. Make sure you make the right decision on bringing a resolution to that problem. You don't want to wind up losing money, getting deactivated off of a platform, being too greedy for the money, being too greedy on getting free things, because nothing is free. So if you got it free, it costs somebody else a price. Whether it's the customer, whether it's the restaurant, whether it is the platform itself, even your fellow drivers and service providers out here, ladies and gentlemen, that is costing money out of their pocket, or money not to make a profit in this business here. Very, very serious matter on the decisions that we make. We have dishonest people everywhere. No, all of us humans are not dishonest, but there's a fair share of dishonest people out here. Dishonest drivers. Not all of us drivers are dishonest. Dishonest customers. Not all of us customers are dishonest. Dishonest merchants. Not all of us merchants or merchant staff are dishonest. But yet we live in a world that there are dishonest people. If I'm wrong, then why is there a crime? Because of dishonest people. All right. When you out here in these streets, new drivers, fresh off the block. How you doing, Major Delivery? Glad to have you in the house. Mike, the Bike Dasher, glad to have you here as well. A lot of drivers they got deactivated off the platform because of stuff like this. But whoever this person is, they're going to be after that person that's stealing from them. I'm covered. Not only that, I got written documentation as well. Date, time, all of that. In case there be some backlash later on. It was too bizarre of a twist of an experience I've been doing the gig economy work, ladies and gentlemen, since 2017. December will make 8 years for me on many various platforms. All right. Not just on one. I could have anywhere between 30 to 35,000 job offer assignments with all of them combined during the duration of almost 8 years. There is always something new that I may never have seen before. This situation was one of my first on a nature like this here. So being a Lyft driver, being an Uber driver, being an in-drive driver for rideshare, these 3 rideshare platforms I'm talking about. Amazon Flex, Instacart, Roadie, Point Pickup, Bike Squad, Uber Eats, Postmate, DoorDash, Grubhub, Deliver That, Deliver, and 3 more other apps I'm not mentioning. That's a lot of apps during the duration of almost 8 years. Been deleted on a few, and I deleted 5 apps I wished I didn't delete because they popping right now. Amazon Flex popping right now, Roadie popping right now. I heard Point Pickup popping right now. Postmates, Uber Eats, well, Uber bought it out. But we managed to still survive because we didn't depend on just one app. Now, we may have one app that was our go-to app in its categories. You don't just depend on one app. All right. This situation, ladies and gentlemen, I thought it was very important for fellow delivery drivers and service providers to pay attention to in your market. You may not have experienced it, but now you are put on notice that this can happen to you. This was my first time experiencing it, and I have experienced a lot of bizarre stories and bizarre situations in almost 8 years doing this business. But this one was the first. Okay. Turn that air down a little bit. Now, as a Grubhub driver, I've been doing food reviews and pre-interviews with merchants while I do these food reviews. These food reviews, ladies and gentlemen, is from where I shop at, the Grubhub merchants that I shop. The Grubhub merchants that are repeated business for me. The Grubhub merchants that have high value customers that are my repeated clients. Shop at these restaurants. As a Grubhub driver, I will be doing food reviews from those establishments that I do business with. Okay. And the customers that I do business with. Those will be the food reviews that I do, and the interviews that I will do is the clients that I do business with right here. See how that thing ties in together? When I do these food reviews, I'm going to take it to the next level. And you're beginning to see, and if you haven't, go check them out, because the majority of my shorts are my food reviews. I may have 3 long form videos, which I did one earlier today. Check it out. You know, we will be rating the quality of the food, the presentation of the food, the atmosphere of the merchants and their staff. We will be rating on better business etiquette, quality customer experience, excellent professionalism, great communication. That will be involved as well. So you'll get a chance to see what's on the inside of how we do business as a delivery driver and service provider for our repeated clients. On Grubhub, majority of the money that I make is from my repeated clients. This information is for newer drivers. Maybe for those OG drivers that's still stuck in the habit of the decline now movement, still stuck in the habit of the no tip, no trip movement. Things are changing. You know they changing because you're looking in your pocket and it feel lighter than before. You're going to have to explore different options. You're going to have to adjust to the times. You may have to go on the platform where you maximize your earnings the most from. It's up to you to make the decisions of the things and changes that goes on in your market. Because the changes that's happening in your market might not be the same changes in mine. Decision making is the key, ladies and gentlemen. Historical data is very important information. As being a customer, appreciate that, brother. Appreciate it. You adjusted it around about the same time I adjusted. I might have adjusted a little longer before that because I was a real cherry picker. It was a bad taste in my mouth that I had to swallow my pride when I was on that DoorDash app. You know, I remember the days of all of those large orders and XL orders I was getting on the DoorDash platform and the way that I used to get them. Couldn't get them that way anymore because things changed. The ratings were different then. They are now. Not just on DoorDash platform, but all 3 of those platforms. Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash, those things have changed. I had to get with the program if I wanted to still make money and survive out here in these streets dealing with these apps. You got new drivers coming on board every day. And you got drivers leaving the platform every day. It's like a revolving door. It's a real trick to the strategies they're using, the platforms is against the drivers. They know our historical data. They know our historical data. They know what type of driver you are. They know what type of driver I am. Even look like I'm constantly changing. It's still hard to keep up with trying to survive in a super saturated market. Everybody's market isn't super saturated. Some people market is super metro. Still get plenty of orders. But even the customers have changed. They changed the way they give more money out of their pocket versus years ago. They change on, I'm going to order off of DoorDash, but I'm going to do a self-delivery. I pick it up myself. A lot of that is going on out of metal. You see, I tried to get one on the show so he could demonstrate for us, but I got the app. I may do it myself and do it on the show. But it's good to have someone else face doing different things, you seeing a different experience from a customer point of view that isn't a driver. That's what I was trying to do. But they decided not to do it. That's okay though. Give me some more of this drink here. Peak pay is not what they used to be. Base pay not what it used to be. No, notice I'm not complaining. I'm saying we need to make adjustments. Mission pay definitely on Grubhub not what it used to be. I can't even show it because I'm using the device right there. We had a Grubhub mission pay today. 5 a.m. to, I believe, 7. 2 hours. 10 deliveries for $10. That's not a good bonus pay. That's not a good mission pay. That wouldn't even be a good peak pay for DoorDash. $1 per order more. But then there's times when the bottom of the sky about to fall out and hit the earth. And it's too dangerous to get out here and drive to where you need a boat to go from location to location. Then they want to say, let's give you a mission pay of $40 plus for 6 orders. For each your own, on how you make decisions and everything. We got to be mindful of all of these situations that can go south on a driver, especially when you're dealing with customers. You're dealing with the store managers, the store staff, the customer themselves, even with driver support, even with other drivers. I wish I had recorded. If it had been live stream, I would have had recorded the conversation that I had. You remember I told you it's 50 restaurants here on Grubhub platform. They have that tablets turned off. All 50 of them say the same thing. They're not making money on the platform. Drivers will accept the offer and won't pick them up. Or unassign the offer and steal the order. All those drivers not guilty of doing things such as that. But it's enough of them. It's a fair share of drivers that are dishonest that does that. Even employees steal the orders too. Yeah, even employees at the merchant establishment steal them also, the dishonest ones. Yeah, customers. You then came up there and picked their order up. You still driving to get the order. Then they claim that they never got the order. You know why they claim they never got the order? They came and picked the order up because the order wasn't there when you went to get it. Okay, so now you saying that then the restaurant staff don't know if it's the customer that ordered the food or was it another driver. Guess who's gonna get blamed for getting that order? The driver. So Slim Jim went to pick the driver. Slim Jim went to pick the order up, left the restaurant, didn't get in touch with DoorDash or nobody. They went ahead and said, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and just cancel this, move on. People still thinking the order's still there. The platform still think the order is still there. So the algorithm, the AI technology still thinks the order is still there. Guess what they're going to do? Assign it to Ricky Recruit. Driver Ricky Recruit number 1 going to come in there. Then the customer calls. No one didn't already got the order. Telling the driver, I need my order. I didn't get my order. They didn't already call customer service saying they didn't get their order. One or two things finna happen. Is the restaurant getting ready to make a second order? And they done lost money on the first one? If it was your business, would you make a second, third, or fourth, or fifth order after you done lost money on them orders? Appreciate it. We struggling out here. We just trying to put this thing together and make it make sense. The only way it can make sense unless you done experience something. And don't keep it from people, share it with people so they don't get caught in a catch-22. It may sound like I'm ranting a little bit, but I'm not. It may seem like I'm complaining, but I'm not. I'm not complaining. I'm explaining about the situation that I experienced, sharing it with viewers out here today. I appreciate it. And I want to be able to, share the experience that hits close to home. But I believe in honesty is the best policy. It still don't make me perfect. I believe in going in there with better business etiquette, quality customer experience, excellent professionalism, great communication all across the platform. That's my biggest secret in getting repeated clients, ladies and gentlemen. It's just that simple. Good manners go a long ways. I know people heard older folks say it back in the day when we were children. Good manners go a long ways. It can take you to great places. Think about that there. Sometimes I know it seems like, oh man, that stuff, it's not working. Oh man, that was back 40 years ago, 50 years ago. It still works today if you know how to work it for you. God bless you as well. We're doing good and everything. God bless you as well. We're doing good. We're doing good today. Yeah, we're doing good. But that's okay though, ladies and gentlemen. That's the thing. You can't let yourself get so upset. You can't let yourself get so upset till it affects your health. You can't let this stuff get to you so tough till it raise your blood pressure. You have anxiety. Now there's mental health issues going on with you. Now those issues turn into physical issues that don't benefit you. Try to stay positive as much as possible. Try your best not to let people turn your light switch on and off. They shouldn't be able to turn your light switch on and off. You and God are supposed to have control of that light, your light switch. I said that in a nutshell. But I wanted to share that experience and the journey that we're going on right now, being able to show a different addition to this channel. And I wish I had a thought about it as a DoorDash driver. We was working towards that, but I wish I had did it as a DoorDash driver. But as a Grubhub driver, you will see a Grubhub driver that has repeated clients, repeated merchants that I go to, bringing repeated business for the merchant, for the platform, and for myself. Repeated business put more money in your pocket. Put more money in your pocket. Majority of my clients are repeated clients. They may not tip their $20 bill all the time. There may be times they tip $2. There may be times they tip $5. Maybe times they tip $7. There may be times they tip $5, but you winding up picking their order up 4 times in that day. Get to know your clients and make sure your clients get to know you. How do you do that? Better business etiquette, quality customer experience, great professionalism, and excellent communication. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to be that driver. They're going to see more and more and more. The more they see you, the more comfortable they is with you. You have become trustworthy to them, and there will be times they will give you more. There'll be times they might not can give you more, and they have to wind up giving you a little less. But you know they still tipping. That's the key. That's the key. Make it work for you. Don't follow everybody else's pattern. Make your own. You're going to have to do your own case study, your own research. You got to get out there in them streets and make that money. Appreciate that. You're making me want to go dash right now. Appreciate that. You know, I look at different content creators, different type of niche that motivates me to keep going out here. Shaking them trees, see what's going to fall out of it. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. And that's life. Now, the decisions you make will reflect on you no matter what the circumstances are. We make bad decisions. We make good decisions. We don't always make perfect decisions. Then we got to live with those consequences. You always got the consistent energy. We try, we get tired, we get worn out. It'll wear you out. That's when you have to take your breaks. Take your breaks sometimes. You're out there, you look like you can't make no money that day. You done been out there and you like, man, I only made this amount, didn't reach my goal. Why are you still out there? I done went on another app, the same situation. I done went on another app, same situation. I done went on my fourth app. It looked like it's no money in here today. Well, you got to know when to hold and when to fold. You got to know when, okay, it's time for me to get off the platform. Let me study the historical data, what's going on in my market. In my best spots I like to go to. Maybe you're going to have to still going clockwise, go counterclockwise. Maybe you may have to change the tide. maybe have to move in different zones in different areas. Only you can be the judge, because you got to be the one make money going in your pocket. So I'm seeing different content creators coming out here putting different content out because it's a new era of content. New era of content. They're putting out positive information out there, realistic information. When he get a banger and when he don't get a banger. This content creator that I've been watching, when he get a banger and when he don't get one. Even took a few upside down orders. I had to chuckle a little bit. Not laughing at his situation, but laughing at how intelligently he selects his reverse orders. Because I do the same thing. Hook Smash was on the phone one day when I had a reverse order. And I was I talk out loud anyway to myself because I drive. I be to myself just like many of you. And I'm like, okay, this is a backwards order, but it's putting me in a zone that's getting ready to get hot when I get there. So I wind up making $20, $25 within that hour in that zone, because it's not any money over here. I was already going in that area anyhow. So why not get paid to go in that area to make that money? Even though it was a backwards order. Some money better than no money. I like to get paid when I'm driving out here. I don't like to have a lot of dead miles, ladies and gentlemen, but there are times you have to have dead miles. But there's a lot of drivers so greedy trying to get that XL order. They'll drive them dead miles, thinking, okay, I'm getting ready to get them bangers over there. They will drive them dead miles, lose all the time. You're losing money. We got to change into decisions on how we make money there. Pandemic days are over with. Everybody outside now, they can pick up their own orders, even if they order off the platform. Self-delivery, picking up their own order. Large order, catering orders. There's still a lot of good catering orders out there. There's still a lot of good XL orders out there. Which platform maximize your earnings in the categories that we talked about in the package? Because you're gonna have to get some of that information, and then gather information off your historical data. Just check your own historical data. There's a lot of answers right there for you. Go in the app, look at the history, how you select orders, how you decline orders where you're picking up at, the seasons that you making good money, and the seasons where you can't make that money like you did last season. Spring, summer, winter, and fall. North side, I'm banging in the springtime. Summertime can't make a dime. That means I don't still supposed to be shopping over there. That means I'm supposed to be rotating as the earth rotates and revolves. So do people decisions. So do people when they have an appetite for what type of food they eat. The season changes how people eat. They don't eat the same all year long. I said something right there that is the key to you looking at your historical data, not only on how you do business, but the historical data on how your clients are doing business with merchants at different times of the season. You maximize your earnings based on those few key points that I put out there. That's what you do. You can't always follow the crowd and expect to make money. You can make money, but expect to make a profit. Making money, making a profit is two different things. No, I'm waiting on no order right now. I'm on break right now. See, I know how to take my breaks. I know when it's getting ready to pop off and what time is getting ready to pick up in a few minutes. So what I do is I was able to get in. I didn't do a short today, but I was able to get in a premiere today, and I'm doing a live. Only reason why I'm doing a live right now, being on it long as I am right now, because I had a whole lot to say, had a whole lot on my mind, and the experience that I went through. Maybe it will help somebody if it's nothing but one person. So that's what we're doing out here. Yeah, we got some improvement we got to do on them. You know, I'm not a perfectionist, but there's some things I want to improve in them. It's just the first phase of doing my shorts in the direction I'm doing them in. I got a second and third phase I got to do. You know, who knows? We may even do a health edition on eating healthy. Also, there are certain times of the season you can eat certain foods, and certain time of the season you need to bag back from the table. So we got a few ideas on that. I will be doing episodes. Well, matter of fact, I want to get back with this owner, Tommy's Burger California style. The owners are from California. They came here to Memphis. And I really want their story. I don't know if I'm going to be successful or not, but I really want their story. If not, I will read the article pertaining to their story. They got two burger joints here. I got a chance to try a pastrami burger the other day. Went to do it, the short and everything. Somehow, half the video was like it is now. The other half was flipped upside down. I don't know what I did wrong, but it was wrong. I said, maybe I get them next time. One of the best pastrami burgers I've had in a long, long time. Yes, indeed. Okay, what's she doing? She cleaning up the streets. A lot of things going on where I'm at right now. But yeah, we enjoy doing content. But I want to say something about that, but I'm going to hold my peace. Nothing negative, though. You know, I'm going to say a little bit. A lot of creators, we work hard. Some more so than others. Take care of your health. Take care of your mental. Take care of your physical. Take care of your spiritual. That's all I'm going to say about that. You can't overwork yourself. Take your breaks. Take your breaks. Your health, your mind, your mental health gonna thank you for it. Your physical being gonna thank you for it. You only got one life to live. You can overwork yourself. Think about that. That's to all the content creators that's out there. Sometimes you gotta take a break. A lot of people can't get them viral videos off of every video that they do. That's why some content creators have to put out more videos than other content creators. Maybe you got the multi-app on platforms on social media. Yeah, I appreciate it. You know, the body gets tired, the mind gets tired, and your spirit will get tired. And if you don't listen to Those three things right there. You'll be laying on your back wishing you had. So we take our breaks more than what we used to. But there was a day and time I didn't believe in taking them. I'm older now. I have to take frequent breaks. You know, being on YouTube, live stream, helps ease some of them anxieties. Being able to share information, whether people take it or whether if they leave it. You was able to digest positivity, release negativity in a way that it didn't affect everybody else. Helping people has a reward to it, even if they don't appreciate it. Don't let that wear your soul down to the ground. We want to move around. There's a lot of cleaning up activity around me. They making their money. It's almost time for me to make mine. But I want delivery drivers, service providers, keep this one thing in mind, especially the new ones. I'm really talking to the new and beginning drivers out there. You know, a lot of you are in Facebook groups, different other groups, Discord groups and all of that. And sometimes you get bad information. Sometimes you get bad information and you're trying to figure out, well, I'm trying to do what the crowd do, but it ain't working for me. It's working for the crowd, but it's not working for me. You want to know why it's working for the crowd and not working for you? Because that's not tailored to you. You can use some of the things that the crowd use, but you got to tailor it to your style, your way of thinking, how you analyze things, how you perceive things, the decisions that you make. Because the decision that that person make may not work for you. It might work for you, but they didn't go in full detail why they made those decisions. They gave you bits and pieces to the puzzle. You got to put them pieces together. And if you don't have the key links to the puzzle, it's not going to work for you. It's not going to work for you. Because the missing links or the missing pieces to the puzzle you don't have. So you can't complete the puzzle if you don't have the missing pieces, ladies and gentlemen. It's up to you to find out what the missing pieces are. That means you got to get in these streets for yourself. Analyze for yourself. You see, try different things, different techniques. Discover new markets. Discover hidden gems in your market. Certain apps would lead you to making money on that app you wasn't making money in because you refused to get out of this fishing spot here that everybody fishing in. All the fish almost gone in this pond here, but you don't want to go nowhere else. You want to be where the crowd is. Sometimes you may have to put a little extra miles on your vehicle. How do you save miles on your vehicle? Do you always take the E-way? Oh man, you get there faster. Yeah, you get there faster. Not all the time. There's traffic jam on the E-way in everybody market. So traffic jam means there's longer wait time on what? In those streets. When we talk about longer wait time, ladies and gentlemen, we're not just talking about in the restaurants. We talking about when we in traffic. Longer wait time in the restaurants versus longer wait time in traffic. Think about your demographics. Know the historical data on your demographics. Then make the best decision you can make off of that information that's already presented to you in your app. You just got to open your eyes and look at what your app is showing you. And if you're a type of driver that never look at your historical data, how you expect to make any profit in this business? Even when you app stacking your apps, or stack app stacking, or stacking your apps. That's what I'm trying to say. So while you're stacking your apps, how you gonna maximize on each one? And you don't even have half the information that you need to succeed with. That's already right there in front of your face. Nobody babysitting you. You got to get out to them streets and get it for yourself. That's right. So if you did a podcast, I could listen to you all day long, laughing out loud. Yeah, I understand. We may get there one day. We're not at the level we want to be to do it. Then at the same token, I might be missing out on some of the best information that needs to be on one. Appreciate the input and all of that. You know, our health is important, especially the older we get. Our mental health, spiritual health, physical health. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I took up so much of your time. I want to thank all the new subscribers that subscribe to the channel. I want to thank all the subscribers, those that still watching, those that left. Why are you thanking those that left? Because, see, there's a lesson to learn from those that left. And one day I may reveal it. I'm not going to reveal it in this episode. But they did take time, once upon a time, to come support this channel that keeps us humble. But we got a lot of ideas we still working with. And as a Grubhub driver, I'm going to share my experience as a customer. As a Grubhub driver, I'm going to share my experience as a business owner. As a Grubhub driver, I'm going to share my experience sitting down eating at some of these establishments that my clients eat from. Appreciate you the same here. So that's all it's about, ladies and gentlemen. When you get older, you done experience things, you learn from your mistakes. You can't turn time back. If you could, you would. You'll change things. The only thing you can do is, you know, put it in the sand, move forward, and do what's important now is the days you still have remaining on earth. Try to do better each and every day. That's all you can do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, gotta let you go. We gotta get out here in these streets. You know how I am. I get sometimes get excited, get to rambling sometimes. Put some truth in it, reality in it. Share my experience with you. You know, and hoping that somebody could get something out of it. Hoping that it made sense to somebody. The main thing that hit me hard today, it hit me hard. So let me go ahead and do this right here. I had a conversation with a brother the other day. Hadn't had a conversation with him in a long time. But sometimes you have to have that secret conversation to level the playing field. Even though when the other one don't know or may know. That's how you meet common ground. All right, while I'm still trying to put the pieces together here to this puzzle, we're gonna go right here. All right. We're gonna go right here. All right. We're gonna go right here. All right. I tell you what, I can't remember which one it was. So what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, Not gonna have an outro music because I forgot. I got I got 5 names. It could be either one of them. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and exit out the scene, and hopefully we'll get out here and do some more live streams, maybe once a week. We're peeling back from doing them every day. We've been peeled back from that. Peeled back from doing them three times out a week to maybe once a week we do live streams. Who knows? We may do 2. Um, Trying to do a little bit more long form videos and add some more shorts into the addition because there's a lot we can learn. Well, there's a lot I have learned. I want to share it with a lot of you that help me make better decisions on the information that I receive on how to make a profit on the apps that I work on. Because apps do dry up, and then you got to go to another app that's gonna make more money for you. Yeah, you be blessed too. Take care, and we get ready to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. And y'all have a great day. My most famous word I've been using lately is rack 'em up, stack 'em up, rack 'em up, stack 'em up. I'm hoping that you're making that bank today. Peace, take care. We'll see you in the next episode. Wait a minute, it's trying to get me to do something else. All right.